Hello and welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Whithe, first of all. Thank you very much to our artist for providing this wonderful, wonderful group shot. And secondly, let's go around the table real quick and introduce ourselves and our characters. Aki, would you like to take it away?
Hi. I am Boy in Pink Shoes, who will be playing Aki, your friendly neighborhood, uh, gaze into your mind person. Just a peek.
Fair enough. Carmine
Hi, I'm Texas number two, and I will be playing Carmine. And yeah,
and her pet frog, Sebastian.
yes.
Chef? I'm sorry, Chef!
Hi, I am Bob. I am Chef the Barbarian. I like to cook and cut things. I also like to gamble. Maybe a little bit of drink.
Alright, Jinx.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm playing Jinx. She's a little chaotic kleptomaniac.
And Leftman.
Hi, I'm the Rat Man. Rat Man things primarily trying to find the perfect cheese.
Cheese is important, and it's important to have goals, my dude.
There is.
When last we left our mischievous miscreants, I don't know. I think that we're still trying. We're workshopping that. You guys just left the small town of Vatsari, somewhere in the wilderness of the Kenyazi dominions. And so you are here. You are going here. And it's gonna be 2 or 3 days, depending on how long it takes you to cross the rivers.
I'm sorry, can you ping where our destination is again?
The big one up
Okay.
here.
That's what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
TBD.
How far are we from that first river? Approximately. Essentially, how far
I'm
is a
guessing each one
square?
of these squares will probably take you about an hour. Will probably take you about an hour.
Okay, so we cannot see the river.
Not quite yet.
Fair enough.
Are we able to possibly see if... Oh, we don't have any... Well, we might have some coin on us. I was just gonna see if maybe there was like a cart service or something that maybe would be heading that direction.
I have a lot of coin.
Yeah, on the outside of town, there's a there's one of the local farmers loading up a cart. But standing next to him is like across the road is one of the Emerald Imperial Guards, who is manning a like chest high bonfire.
Um, is there anything on the bonfire or any?
Fuel, but it's not like they're burning something. It's not like they're burning something. It's just they have a giant chest high bonfire.
Gotcha.
Ooh, is it Mayday already? Jinx is gonna go skipping around it.
Guard just kind of looks at you, shrugs, grabs another split log, and tosses it on.
Well, y'all reckon we should ask that cart driver if he can give us a ride?
Leftman's gonna be asking anybody. Anybody know what she's doing? Why is she
Looks like
skipping?
she's dancing.
She got something off in the head. I swear to God, she does.
Which guy?
Don't we all?
All of them. Every
Fair.
of the gods.
Mm-hmm. Still, she's allowed. Get stuck on this place long enough, everybody goes nuts.
Not me. I have all my screws.
Who's got
Then you
screws?
must be a new arrival.
Yes, we did just arrive. I
Yeah,
believe
mine's
we're
guy.
do you have any information on how we can get to the big town up north?
Verkhinjatska?
Yeah.
I mean... Which is, and he gestures to the farmer. Which here is a, taking a shipment up to Zerlots? And, could probably do with a hand. But... That sounds like a him problem and not a me problem.
Fair enough on that point.
So there's like a wagon with somebody loading things up, right?
This is someone who is clearly a farmer.
Okay, I'm gonna hop up onto the seat of the wagon and go, "Hi, can I ride with you?"
I suppose that depends. Where are you going?
I don't know. Where are we going?
And I am going to Zeratlots. If you want to come with me, yeah.
We're trying to get the Vernyashka.
Yeah, Verkhinjatska. Yes, I'm going about halfway there. Perhaps you will be able to secure further transport, but the roads are fairly safe, so long as you have fire.
Fair enough.
Yes,
Um,
and
how? Go ahead.
no, that was it. There's a he gestures to the sky. There is a monster around. He likes to eat sheep, but it really does not like fire. He pointedly takes a couple of unlit torches, puts them into the wagon just behind the bench up front.
Can also attach this onto the side of the wagon if it helps, and Aki shows the little oil lantern that he has.
Nah, you light the torch, you throw the torch at it, it normally runs away.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty good with this stuff. And picks up 3 of the torches and starts juggling them.
Jinx,
Are
were you
they
some
lit?
kind of like... No, they are not lit.
Okay.
Jinx, were you some kind of a performer
They can
or
be.
something before you wound up on this island? No, you were a thief.
Just
Can you roll
infinitely
me a
curious
straight
and like to play with
dexterity check,
stuff.
please?
Yeah. I just have to find it. That's modifier. I don't know if that's the right one.
Yep.
Okay, they all come
Alright, so
crashing
on a
down.
7, you get the one up into the air, you get the second up into the air, you throwing the third one and catching the first is but the first one comes down directly on. Can you please roll me a d4? Directly onto Lethman's head.
Ow!
Lethman,
Sorry.
you do not take damage, but you did just have an unlit torch land on your head. Do with that what you will.
That was pretty damn
Okay,
funny.
maybe not. I go and collect the. I collect the torch and I stick it back in the wagon.
I'm gonna face my direction towards the guy with the wagon. And I'm gonna say, I recommend you don't let her touch your things no more.
Yes, this is probably a good this is probably a good idea. Excuse me, miss, can you please get down?
Oh, but I'm short. It's gonna take me forever to get there. Okay, fine.
The guard looks over his shoulder
Down.
pointedly.
Gets down. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Yes.
How much for the travel to get halfway at least then, sir?
He
Or
looks
at
up
least
and checks the sun. I'll
Or if
tell
it-
you what.
Go ahead.
We will go down to the crossroads together, and from there, I'll go north, and you guys can you can continue around, and not need to worry about any, and don't worry about payment. Sometimes it is better to travel in numbers.
Need some help loading up, boss.
I'd certainly appreciate the help, but your friend seems to be interested in causing a ruckus.
Oh,
Which one?
Yes.
the chef is gonna help him start loading up. Look back, said, "Can we all mind her and him?"
Me?
Aki
Sticks
just
her
looks
hands
so-
behind her back and just kind of sways back and forth like a kid that just got caught with her hand in the candy jar.
Aki looks back at both of them, and he just grabs them both by the ear and drags them far away from all of the loading.
What? That's delicate.
Lefman's just gonna toss his hands up in the air. Hey, what did I do?
We're just gonna sit here until everything is ready, and then we're going to calmly and respectfully and quietly travel.
Thanks to the shiny rock.
Ooh, shiny? Where's shiny?
It's
I
a
want
rock.
shiny. Okay, I'm going to pick it up. I'm gonna try and stick it in my bag.
All right, you now have a shiny rock.
Cool.
It is bulk L.
um
How much does he got to
Never mind.
load?
He has. It looks like about a week's worth of mostly salted fish. Every night it looks like there's a collection of locals here who go out and catch what they can out in the bay and bring it on in. It's not quite harvest season, so it's not like a big shipment, but it's. But there's a fair bit.
How long is it gonna take us to load them up?
There's 3 or 4 barrels left. So,
I guess I'll grab them 2 at a time and start going.
one at a time. They're pretty full barrels.
Fair enough.
And he's got maybe 10 of them. But yeah, between the 2 of you, you guys get loaded up without any particular time. Carmine is just in the background, stroking her frog.
Yes.
Just
Horrible.
watching all of this happen with a smile on her face.
All right, there, buddy. We ready to go out?
Yes, there's a river we should reach by about mid-morning, and then long about dinner time we'll be splitting off. So he hops up onto the wagon bench. There's room for one other person up there in the front with him.
All right, folks. Let's get this 3-ring shit show on the road. I will.
Chef,
I'll sit up
suggest
front.
You sit. Yeah.
All right.
Above table question. Do I
Okay.
know that I can catch on fire, or am I gonna learn that the first time we fight?
That is entirely a you choice.
Okay.
DM, I would like before we get on to the cart, is there like not like a giant log, but like a little piece of wood that I could carve, maybe like a little wooden figurine or something?
I mean, you could ask the guard if he'll let you have a piece of firewood.
Yeah.
Failing that, you can probably take the loading time to like go out into the swamp and try to find something.
Just have Aki walk over, ask the guard, excuse me, can I have just the smallest piece of wood?
I mean, he looks down at the firewood. It's mostly just shit that we find out in the swamps. Then we dry next to the fire for like a day. So like, I guess.
I don't need
one.
anything giant. He's gonna look for like a chunk that may have like broken off like a bigger piece.
All right. There's what was probably a branch before it got cut into like 2-foot sections. That's about as thick around as your wrist.
Okay. He's gonna take that, pocket it, and walk towards the cart, and takes the little one's wrists and pulls them towards the cart as well.
It's not quite pocketable, but you strap it to your pack.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, party sets off. I need one of you to roll me a d20.
I got it.
Okay.
Doing it. I'm gonna have bad luck.
All right. And you guys go for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And as you guys start going down, you see that there is a bridge across this river. And Whithe, whose first name you now know as Henrik, pulls the mule to a stop and asks everybody to get out of the wagon.
Chef will hop down.
Roll, takes the mule off again, rolls on up to the bridge. Talks hurriedly to one of the guards, and pays a toll and crosses the bridge.
Just gonna start walking after the cart.
Like, he paid for my toll already?
No, see what they say.
Alright. It is being staffed by a handful of, trying to think of a word to describe them that isn't mean looking. Demonstrably organized orcs of some variety. They're both wearing tabards over what looks like scale, and the tabards depict a bull of a bullhead of some variety. Hello, there is a toll to cross the bridge.
Alright, buddy, how much is it?
It is 2 copper per person, or 3 copper for vehicle,
I'll throw him
or
a
per
silver.
person on the vehicle.
I'll throw him a silver. That cover for everybody.
Alexei, how much is silver? And an orc wearing glasses pokes his head out of the actual toll booth. Is 10 copper. Is toll for 5 people, or 3 on vehicle. The orc turns back to you. Is toll. Thank you.
Have a good one, buddy.
He and his buddies step back, plant their spears on the ground, let you guys pass.
Gonna head back to the cart.
Alright, you catch up to the cart on the other side.
Guess I'll hop back up in the driver's seat with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heinrich is waiting for you. Sorry about that, toll is higher if there are more people in cart.
No worries, buddy, no worries.
And I might have said something. I need another D20. From not chef.
I got
I'll
it.
do it. Okay, who's actually doing it? Are you doing it or me?
Alright.
Did I roll one still? I did. What the heck? I didn't. Huh? I didn't go through with
You guys continue on for an hour.
Which extreme do you want?
it.
Doesn't matter. And as you guys come around for the next hour, the road starts to turn north a little bit more. You guys continue for another hour, which isn't much of a conversationalist. But at this point, he starts to pull out some travel cakes and starts to nibble at them like he doesn't want to eat because he's not sure if you guys have food.
Leftman, seeing that he's eating, wants to kind of just peer around and say, "So, what you got there, buddy?
Food.
What kind?"
He breaks off a little bit and tosses it to you. Travel loaf.
Leftman's gonna flick him a coin.
It is All right. What kind of coin?
Hold on while I go find that again in this inventory. He's gonna flick him 2 silver.
Ooh, shiny. Catches them both with one hand and pockets them. Mark down 2 silver.
Sure did.
This is a hard, unleavened loaf that is comparable to ship's biscuit, if slightly softer.
Mmm. Almost as good as tree bark.
I'll take your word for it. There's a mill up in Zaratlas. It's one of the reasons that we go and speak with them. So subconsciously, he's kind of been keeping an eye on the sky.
Is there something going on?
Just
Skywise?
making sure that. Did you miss the thing about the monster that attacks around here?
Monster?
Yes. A
No.
great flying beast with the body of a lion.
Can't say I've heard of it.
Makes off with livestock, really does not like fire. Hence all the torches that I brought.
Well, that does make more sense.
Chef's gonna take a look
Perhaps.
around. Do you see anything?
Roll me a perception check, will you? The swamp is starting to give way to like pasture, but the ground outside, but the ground beyond the road is still kind of wet, and you notice that further south, land seems to firm up and get and grow, and plant growth gets a little more organized and a little less wild.
Nothing to worry about at this time, though.
You don't see it. You think that you might see something flying off in the sky in the distance, but nothing approaching you, certainly.
So, about the monster. How long's it
Yes.
been here?
Yeah, a while, but not since I was a child. He looks about
Is-
30.
Okay. Is there a reward?
You think you can kill it? Good luck.
I don't
Good luck.
I don't think, but I'll try.
Yes, that is painfully obvious to anyone who meets you. You do not think.
It comes with the job.
Hey, Carmine, can you roll me a d20?
Yeah. Oh, my computer just bugs so hard. Okay.
It's okay. You guys continue. It's almost calm. It's almost placid. Butch still likes to keep his mouth shut. The man seems comfortable with his silence. Some of your companions don't seem so comfortable with silence. And that's okay too. This is good. Uneventful. I confess I am a little concerned. Normally I would have run into at least one patrol by now.
Well, if you want eventful, I can give eventful.
I don't want eventful.
Still keeping an eye out to the
I'm
sky.
good with eventful. I mean, I'm bored. Jinx is sitting on the back, kicking her legs on the side, just kind of looking around, going,
Mm-hmm. Charming, what are you getting up to?
Maybe doing a little sketching of what little farms that we're passing.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping herself pretty occupied.
All right. Sebastian is just like in your lap, croaking occasionally.
Yeah.
So, what's with the frog?
He's a frog. She's just gonna go look at him, look back down, and keep drawing.
She's
The
not a
frog is now
talkative one,
looking
is
at
she?
you, Leftman.
He needs goggles. In fact, I have just the idea. He doesn't elaborate anything further than that.
The frog is just looking at you
I was gonna say, you're just staring.
and blinks slowly.
And they call me dumb. Leftman is going to look for
Being
anything.
stared at by a
like
toad.
He's going to try to find anything like a random plank of wood. If he finds it, I want him to start taking his claw and marking a design.
Can you roll me a perception check?
Si, senor. Oh, performance. I'm a little lost. Hold on. Why am I having such a hard time finding this? I'm failing my perception check. What the heck?
Should be under hit points and whatnot. If you go down below, it'll say perception and then have perceive.
Conditions, resistance, and immunities. Perception. There we go. Thank you.
There's a lot of wood out there. Somewhere. You see a couple of like fallen over trees sticking up out of the swamp.
Is there any inside the cart that isn't already
Nope.
on Cody's character?
Aki is like carving away at a branch about as thick around as his wrist, which is about as thick around as your arm. But other than that, nah, he's but he's the only one who has like wood carving talent.
Shame.
And even that mostly started with him like marking at it with charcoal and trying to figure out like composition and so forth.
Well, Leftman is just gonna go ahead and instead sit and look lost in thought.
All right. The frog is still staring at you.
Leftman will slowly blink back.
It blinks again, slowly. You
It'll
are now
blink
in a
back
staring
again.
contest with an amphibian.
Letman will be taking in all the features he sees on this frog. And taking good notes, mental notes.
What are you taking mental notes of?
The frog's facial features. How bulbous its eyes are. How protruding its facial cheeks are. How oblong and small its face is.
I believe that Lefman might possibly be into frogs.
You are staring into the frog's froggy amphibious eyes.
Carmine said that out loud, by the way.
If into them means eating them, sure.
Looking around. Anything going on?
You can roll me another perception check.
Okay.
I'm taking the 12.
Yeah, the 12 was the first hit.
Mm-hmm. So, Jeff, you are looking around, and the path is starting to become overgrown. Like there's like trees on either side of it, and their canopies are starting to merge over top and form a canopy. And you hear a voice that you do not recognize. Honestly, Diogenes, I don't know why you don't just cook the rat.
I hope they're not talking about me.
Who the fuck else would I be talking about, huh?
One of my brethren? Maybe? Perhaps?
Nope. Only furry little shitlord I see is you.
I assure you, rat meat does not taste good. I should know.
I don't know. Most things taste good. You cook them with enough sauce.
He's
Eat
got a
'em
point
with
there.
cheese.
Don't agree with him.
Who the fuck said that, by the way?
Jeff, you turn around. There's nobody there. Carmine is sketching away at something. Aki has started actually carving that piece of wood that he grabbed earlier. Jinx, what are you doing?
I am getting down off of the wagon, getting back up on the wagon. You know how when you're a kid and you try to jump off of the back of a pickup truck?
No, I never tried
That might just be a me thing.
I can confirm it is
This
That
thing I
might
used
be
to
a
do
South
when I
thing.
was a kid is
All right.
you would jump and do like a roll
Okay.
from a pickup truck going fairly slow, like 5 to 10 miles an hour, and then
Okay.
race and get back up on. And that's what
Okay.
she's trying to entertain herself. She's bored.
All right. Yeah, Jinx, you just hear this voice come out of nowhere and you don't see anybody.
Right? She's looking around, trying to figure out what's going on.
Roll me a perception check. Nah, there's just Carmine and Aki and the farm supplies and Leftman, that frog on Carmine's lap, and Chef, and Enrique Buchta, who's still looking away. Yeah, you don't see anybody.
Okay. I keep doing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So there, boss, how far are we from the crossroads?
Half an hour, if that.
Yeehaw.
You guys arrive at the crossroads. And now, friends, unless you are going to come with me and spend the night in the shithole, frankly, that is Atlas, you are more than welcome to join. Failing that, he points himself left. I am going that way, and he points right. And you are going that way. Hey, frog. The frog just looks at him. You should probably talk more. You are entertaining.
What y'all reckon? You want to ride to the shithole or you want to push forward?
I reckon we keep tabs out for this monster they're talking about.
Can I have a piggyback, Chef? My legs are short.
Maybe. We'll see.
Hey, I'm short and I don't get piggybacks.
That's because you're sorry. That's because you're ugly as sin.
It's not my fault I was gifted with my gorgeous looks.
No, but it is your fault that your parents killed themselves as soon as they saw you.
That much is true.
I'm serious, Diogenes. Why aren't we eating the rat?
Because I don't taste good.
Anything tastes good with enough cheese.
Amen to that.
I could probably
Brewster
make
looks
it
at,
taste good.
Five.
I don't know who's talking, but I think they
of
might
you?
have a point.
You guys can figure out what you are going to do and who you are going to be. In the meantime, bye-bye. And he takes off north.
I guess Schiff will start walking down the road he told us to go down.
Mm-hmm.
You coming there, Lady and the Frog? This is your business venture.
Yeah. And Sebastian's gonna hop down first, and then she's just gonna do a little hop herself.
Mm-hmm. Then Sebastian jumps back up so that he's resting on your shoulder.
Chef's gonna holler back at the driver. Hey, so we just follow this road, right?
Yeah.
Thank-
This will take you around the point of the bay. You'll cross a couple of rivers. You'll wind up in Virhinjatska. And on the far side of the city is the main road that takes you back to the rest of the Dominion. Take care. I'd hate to see you dead.
Much obliged, sir.
He like waves.
Thanks for the bread.
right, I reckon we ought to get going.
Yeah, he gets a couple 100 yards away, and then he turns around and starts paying attention to his meal again.
All right, Chef is going to be keeping a vigilant eye as we walk.
All right.
Can we
Roll me
see?
a perception check.
Can we see up? Are we
More or
stuck?
less. All right. Still nothing.
All right. Continue forward.
Chef, I need another D20. All right. Jinx, I need a D20 from you. Oh, boo. You guys are coming down a hill. And at the bottom there is not a bridge. There is, however, a small pier. And a modest ferry is built here. There are a couple of what is probably best described as like guide rope strung along the river. These are fairly significant ropes, but they're just being held up by pontoons every 20 feet or so. And the ferry is more raft than boat. Hello there, how can I help you?
Would you be able to help us cross this here stream?
Last trip of the day is going to be 4 coppers each.
Hey there, fur man. Pay the man.
Why are you having a little furry baby if you pay me instead of you?
He's got the money.
Why do you trust your little hairy baby with money? Trusting children with money is a bad idea. Trust me, I've done it enough times.
Because reasons there, man. Because reasons.
I had 6 children, and each of them has children. Some of them have children too. None of them want to run the ferry.
Now that there is a shame. Nobody wants to take over the family business.
Yes,
It's disappointing. It's a state of this here world we live in.
it really is.
Makes a man's heart hurt.
It does. You know what else makes a man's heart hurt? Having 5 people walk up and none of them pay him to take them across the river.
Rat man. Pay the man.
What's the price?
4 copper a head?
He said it's a silver for you specifically, though.
I
What?
said no such thing, your hairy baby. He's the same toll as everyone else.
For the honesty, you get 5.
Silver, thank you very much. Everybody hop in.
I thought it was
Pay
coppers.
the man 5 silver. And everybody hops in, mark down 5
Jinx
silver.
Jinx goes digging through her backpack and pulls out a shiny rock. With, hey, will you take this?
Absolutely not.
Oh, but it's pretty.
Oh, but you'll
Oh,
take
yes,
my 5
yes.
silvers.
Laughing. Of course,
But
I'll
not
take
a
your
rock.
5 silver. The rock has no inherent value and is not legal tender.
Situational awareness there, little fur man. Situational awareness.
Your hairy baby should be paying more attention.
You dragged me into this. You owe me at least 2 coppers.
I owe you no such thing.
Not you. That guy.
Sebastian is just gonna straight up lick Luffman. Slobbiest fucking lick ever.
Is this like a tongue shoots out and like sticks to his face type scenario? 'Cause
Oh,
that'd be awesome.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And it leaves a little cow lick on top of his head.
Lady, so help me, if you don't stop this frog, it will be dinner.
He has a name, you know.
Oh, hello, Mr. Frog. What's your name? What was that? I didn't hear you. The frog gets right up next to his ear and ribbits as loudly as he can. Thank you very much, Mr. Ribbit. Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry,
my
that's not your name? I'm very sorry, Mr. Sebastian Ribbit.
This frog can talk?
Of course the frog can talk. Perhaps if you listened, you would learn something from him.
I can't hear much.
I can
Wise.
tell.
Too many years of bombs.
Hey there.
Perhaps you just don't have an academic inclination.
Hey there, Mr. Ribbits. I do make
What's
a mean cheese sauce.
academic?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So I do make a mean cheese sauce if it comes down to it.
Excellent, excellent. We're having a rat stew for dinner, right, Diogenes?
Did somebody say cheese?
And rat stew.
Anyhow, everybody get onto the ferry. If you aren't, you'll have to pay me again.
Want to take one more look around before we get on the ferry.
Getting on ferry.
Are you looking for something particular?
A flying lion-headed thing that's afraid of fire.
Roll me a perception check. Alright.
Oh my.
Hold up, I need to actually... Don't mind that. That's just things falling around me. So, you actually do see something down at the distance along the river. It's big and it's has these large bat-like wings, and just kind of, and it's you can't quite place it for the first moment, and then you notice that it's like plopped down on a rock and it's got its head down and it's lapping away at the river water. Oh, and the ferrymaster says, "Oh yes, be careful about that one. He can be quite rude when he chooses to be.
He's
That's
not
one of
gonna.
his favorite rocks, though."
He's
The
not
lad
gonna give us
looks
a
up.
problem, is he, old timer?
Chef, you think this thing has caught your eyes? And a long tail reaches up from behind it, tipped with a wickedly sharp scorpion stinger. Anybody who cares to is more than willing, is able to roll me a... You know what, this is like identifying a monster on site. I'm going to let folks who are trained in nature roll nature and occultism roll occultism, but the occultism roll will be harder. All right.
Could I also actually wait? Never mind. This is for. Just kidding.
You're fine.
Continue.
I'm going to use the highest number. Jinx, that thing is a manticore. They are very nasty. It's a little weird to see one this close to people. Especially one this close to people and not immediately trying to kill everything. They can be intelligent. And you got to be careful with them because if you aren't that stinger on their tail actually has multiple barbs and it can shoot them.
Yay.
Oh yes, don't mind him.
So you're saying they're old timer.
Crap, that's a
Very
manticore.
calm.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. Be careful.
So you're saying he's not going to come over here and give us the business, right?
No, I've thrown enough torches at him. He doesn't like me very much.
Excellent.
Hey guys, you think it's the same thing as before?
What do you mean?
No, Captain Obvious. I think that is something completely different than the giant flying thing the guy on the cart was telling us is afraid of fire. You
Oh
dumbass.
yes, he really doesn't like fire.
How long has he been here?
Let me think. It's about the time my first great-grandchild was born, so perhaps 7 years? 8? Not quite 10.
Just curious, by any chance, does anyone know how these things are born? If he just appeared 7 years ago, is it possible? Does it come from an egg? Or is it
I
naturally
don't know,
born?
and I don't care to find out.
Have you ever seen more than just this one
Nope,
in this area? Okay.
thankfully not. Jeff, do you say that out loud?
Nope.
Okay.
Unless Jinx said she wants a pet manticore out loud.
No, but I'm definitely thinking it.
Jinx, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, that mane looks so soft.
It's so cute.
Chef's
You
gonna
want to
pull
touch
it.
the fluffy?
Chef's gonna pull out a silver and wave it in front of her face.
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny.
Take off walking down the road again.
Follow Jeff.
Alright, Jinx, can you give me a d20? Alright. So nothing particular happens, but you guys have been maybe 20 odd miles. It's starting to get you guys have been going for a while. It's starting to get tiresome.
Chef's gonna look around for a place to make camp.
Roll me a a perception check. I mean, there's the ground. The ground is good.
Well, no shit. I mean, like, I'm looking for a clearing or something slightly covered, you know, something away from the road. I don't want to camp in the middle of the street.
It's not in the middle of the street, but couple hundred yards, maybe 200 yards on, there's what looks to be some kind of like dedicated camping space.
Yo, one
Close
bed
enough for
down over
water to
there.
be close, far enough away to not get wet.
Yo, one bed down over there for the night.
Sounds good to me.
Anyhow, I hope that you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, good ferryman.
Be safe there, old timer.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Gonna start setting up camp and setting up the kitchen.
Aki will try and find some firewood then to help start a fire.
I'm gonna help gather firewood and see if there's anything fun and interesting going on in the general area.
I'm gonna go with them and see if there's something I can grab out casually.
I just want you to know, on this here trip, I will do all of the cooking. I don't trust none of y'all.
Roll me a nature check. Jinx, you can just roll me like a perception or something.
No!
Yeah,
Do
you
you,
don't find.
Why do I have 3D rolling on?
So Lefman,
Yes.
you find a number of really interesting looking mushrooms. They're like shelf mushrooms. You found them growing on a tree. Kind of want to try them out. You think
I'm
that might be a good
snagging.
idea?
I'm snagging some of them.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try something. I just want to see if it's still gonna make me roll.
Okay.
Okay, did not. Thank God. Oh, but I
Alright.
got worse this time. What? Alrighty, thank you.
All right. No. There's enough firewood around.
Leftman's just gonna
and
go
you've-
ahead and continue, please.
And you've carved up the log that you started with earlier enough to have a fair bit of like kindling and tinder and so forth.
Yeah.
Hey there, ears, start this air fire. I'm gonna start pulling supplies out of the kitchen and start cooking.
Aki is gonna look over at Carmine. And also Jinx. Back at Carmine. Just say witch ears. Is he talking to me?
Haru?
I don't know which is he?
What? I guess I'll make the fire. I'll just do it.
All right.
And he starts to catalog survival tips, how to survive in the wilderness. Trying to remember all of his teachings from class.
Ginny, get me a bucket full of water, will ya?
I sure will do that for you, my dear friend.
Good.
And Aki is just like gingerly like making the shape
Mm-hmm.
and then very carefully places the kindling and everything.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm getting the water, is there any like fauna that I don't recognize, and maybe I could paste more, make into a paste for paint?
Oh my.
I mean, there's like flowers and stuff.
Yeah, I'll pick them flowers.
Okay. You have a couple of swamp wildflowers
Yay!
in a variety of colors, mostly
Yay!
yellows.
Yay! I have yellow.
All right. After like a very, very long time, he finally backs away and says, I think it's ready to be lit.
Why didn't you
That's
light
what you're
it,
talking
Matthias?
about. Jinx goes digging through her backpack and just starts throwing shit everywhere. Throws her shiny rock over the back of her shoulder and pulls out her fire starter equipment. This! Here you go!
Mm-hmm.
And he just watches all the stuff like fall into the perfectly lined everything and it collapses. Aki is just looking down at the mush of logs. No.
Mm-hmm. With a gorgeous shiny rock on top of all of it.
Oops.
8 years, move that rock and get that fire going. Furman, we're also going to need a lot of wood for the night. We want to keep that thing away.
So
Naki starts
you
to-
want me to gather the wood?
No, I want the person directly behind you, dumbass. Yes, I want you to get the fucking wood.
I'll do it under one condition. I found these cool shrooms.
Would I recognize them?
Chef, I think that this is going to be like a lore cooking or a lore ingredients or a nature check, whatever you're good at.
Well, we'll go lore cooking.
I'm only
Alright.
asking because I'm not good at nature.
Yeah, they're edible.
Fuck it, we'll throw it in.
You
Bring them
wanna
over
die?
here.
If you want to die, is that what you just said?
Well,
No.
everything's edible.
I'm just so
Edible with
taken aback.
consequences.
Let, how many would you say that Leftman took?
Can Sebastian retch at the side of the mushroom?
He certainly can.
Well, there, Furman, you gonna bring in bitches over here or what?
I was waiting for DM to tell me how many I grabbed.
Yeah, you grabbed a fair bit. It's
Can I roll a d6 and what I get is what I get?
yeah. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
got
hand him
like
2.
3 pounds.
Oh,
Wow.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that
it's,
case, I'm gonna hand him
it's
a
like
pound.
this like gray color. It's got a white rim all the way around it. Chef, you take a look at this. It's called the turkey tail because it kind of looks like the feathers on a turkey tail. They are actually completely benign to eat, and so they're used often in like folk medicine for helping people fight off like passing illnesses.
And
Leftman did good,
I would
even
kn-
if he didn't realize it.
I would know that with my medicine, I'm assuming.
You would know that with lore cooking.
Okay. Hey there, tiny
It's
thing.
like ingredient identification. You're good at this shit.
Hey there, Steely. You got any empty bottles in that there backpack of yours?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Digs through. Start continues to throw shit everywhere. Nope, I don't.
Alright, then would you allow me to put them in my medicine kit? Like, stow some of it in the medicine kit for future usage.
Nah, this is like food. They're
Okay.
like food supplements. They're not like actual proper medicine.
They're not anything I can make into a medicine.
They will not be suitable for first aid supplies.
Alright, fuck it, cut them up. Not all
Need
of
to
them.
be mixed with something, right?
They can go into the stew.
Yeah, we got hardtack, we got other things in the cooking supply kit, and... So I will get to work cooking and seasoning and boiling the water and...
And
Yeah,
Aki
you guys got
will.
like pemmican and
Ooh.
hardtack and jerky and these mushrooms, which add just a little bit of freshness.
Leftman's
It's
go
going
up
to be.
Chef.
It's gonna
Nope.
be hearty.
No pemmican, please. I'll pass on the pemmican.
What for, man?
He's gonna pull out and just pour a little bit out on his hand. Some gunpowder. Leftman's gonna say, "It's like pepper, but it's kind of better."
Roll me for cooking, chef.
But as he's saying this, he burps at the end.
You have no clue what he just poured all over his hand, but you get the distinct feeling that it's a bad idea to have anywhere around fire.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, alright, and hold my hand out for him to pour it in.
All
He
right.
will drop what's in his hand
Mm-hmm.
into Chef's hand. You're not gonna regret it, trust me.
Walk over to the stew, and as I'm walking over to the stew, I'm gonna pretend with the opposite hand that I poured it in,
All right.
and walk away and throw it in the woods.
How about a nice
about
cup
that?
of liberty?
So
My Discord just decided to reset.
All right.
Alright, I reckon we should do a watch when it's time to bed down. We need to keep this fire going.
Aki has managed to finally get it lit, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Chef's gonna pat him on the back. You didn't fuck it all the way up. Good job, son.
Well, it's been a minute.
Did he use my
Appreciate it.
fire starter equipment, or is that
Uh,
still laying in the ground somewhere?
No, I did utilize it. I gave it back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Carmine, at some point he came back with a bucket full of water, and Sebastian happily jumped into it.
Yay.
What time we looking like?
It's evening. Long about 8 maybe at night.
Alright,
Sun's
so
starting to go down.
food's ready, we're eating, I'm guessing.
Smells
Speaking of,
good.
when you're only craft cooking.
Okay.
Hopefully, it smells good.
I am gonna need some help with that.
I'm proficient in crafting.
Where would I find that roll?
It's a skill.
Under skills, it's probably just crafting.
Crafting, yeah.
Yeah.
Could he
Alright. It's
possibly
pretty good.
roll crafting and lore cooking, maybe?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Lore cooking is identifying ingredients
Identifying.
or
Got it.
recognizing what other people have done with their meals. Crafting is the actual process of cooking.
Gotcha.
That's just as a general note. I am not keeping track of how much Tinder you guys have used out of your Tinder boxes. That is completely asinine from my perspective. This is not going to be that kind of a game. I know that Pathfinder is a little more granular than some of the systems that we've used in the past. I am not going to that level of detail.
And we appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So who's got first watch?
Aki will pipe up and say that he'll keep first watch.
Okay. Aki, what's your favorite color?
Red.
All right. Red dye it is. Your watch is uneventful. Who do you wake up for second watch?
Um,
I got it.
All right. Chef, what's your favorite color?
Black.
Your watch is also uneventful. Who do you wake up for third watch?
Oh boy. I'm gonna go with.
Don't everybody jump up at once.
I'm gonna go with Carmine.
All right. Hey, Carmine. What's your favorite color?
Carmi.
Okay. Oh, red again? Gotcha.
no, it's a slightly different hue of red.
Oh, actually.
Okay,
Red
nerds.
is fucking red.
Well,
But
Carmi
it's
doesn't
okay
think
because
that
the dice
way.
have not betrayed you. Carmine, who are you waking up for fourth watch?
Fuck left, man. We're waking up Jinx.
All right, Jinx, what's your favorite color?
Green.
All right. And you wake up Leftman. So far, the night has been uneventful. Some of you have added a little more wood to the fire. Carmine, you left it banked pretty well for Jinx, but Jinx still added a bunch of fire, and there was a bit of a hairy moment where she might have cut off a little more air for it than she should have, but she got it fixed up pretty quick. And Leftman, what's your favorite color?
We're gonna say a
this
shade
up.
of green.
Don't fuck this up.
Okay. So close and yet so very, very far. All right. Uneventful nights all around.
Let's go.
We take those.
Mhm. I'm wearing that shirt right now. I had to explain it to a couple of folks that I was spending some time with earlier. That, yeah, it's a reference to a movie where the Catholic Church tried to rebrand Jesus. And then my buddy kind of looks like that and he streams, so it's an emote in his stream. But it's morning. You guys can have breakfast if you so desire, and if Chef chooses to cook. And if you don't, you have a whole big old day. We're full of travel.
I'm gonna make just a super simple breakfast. Basically, eat your biscuit, eat your fucking jerky, and deal with it. But I would like to keep an eye out for small animals
All
on
right.
the walk today.
Roll me survival. All right. You're going to find enough to add to the meal throughout the day. I'm just having you roll once. Instead of being like, every hour you might kill something.
So I will find stuff to cook.
You're going to
Tonight.
find enough stuff. You are going to find and successfully hunt enough things to add to the meal.
Outstanding.
All right. So Diogenes, you gonna be running with these idiots for much longer?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. May I make a suggestion? It does not involve eating the rat.
Okay.
Eat the rat.
If it gets to it, I might. I don't know. His blood might be poison though, so I might have to think about that one.
Slightly peppery.
Again, above table question.
I was not ready for that.
Can Carmine survive on food? Or do we need to...
Yes, Carmine eats food.
But I mean, do we need to find her
Yes.
things? Do I need to let her drain the whatever animal
No.
before?
No, she will be perfectly fine eating or completely ordinary standard food. Healing her is where things get interesting.
As long as she doesn't get hit by anything.
Yeah, that's kind
or
of the
injure
plan.
herself.
I understand that is in fact the plan. Hey, Lefman,
Yeah.
roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Sure thing, boss. Oh, wrong item.
All right.
Oh my.
Then we're gonna keep going after another uneventful hour. Next up is Carmine. Roll me a d20. All right. Nice and calm and quiet. As you guys come down, there is another bridge. However, this one is much more sturdy. Is constructed of much more sturdy. Is of much more sturdy construction. It's got like two arches in it, and it's got the one big arch up and over. It is like made out of. It is clear that some work got put into this instead of just being we got two big giant trees, or we got one giant tree, cut it in half, threw both halves across the river, and then just put a couple of haphazard planks in between them, enough to call it a bridge. This looks like it was made out of timbers. There's two more of the orcs wearing the bull-headed tabard. They each have shields, and they have a traditional orcish weapon called, I want to get this right, so excuse me for a moment. Called a neck splitter. That is best described as a short glaive. Or a short glaive axe. They are standing at attention, and there is about halfway across the bridge, there's another gaggle of orcs, and standing head and shoulders above them is a large, horned humanoid.
How you doing, fellers?
Excuse me. Uh, um, the visitors are not permitted across the bridge while the Kenyas is present.
The Kenyas?
Yes, the Kenyas.
Apologies, we're new in the area.
Yeah.
What's the Kenyas?
You are from
Off island.
yes, you are from Emerald Empire. The Kenyas is the boss. The Kenyas is the graph. The Kenyas is the
Like a diplomat of sort?
you the window opens. A very large hand rests on the windowsill. The Kenyas is the governor.
Oh.
Niski. Kenyas and Niski is magnificent. He is a brave man. And not one to be underestimated.
Understandable, sir.
Indeed.
Do you know how long he'll be here for?
Was performing inspection. We'll cross bridge. When cross bridge.
Got it.
Fair enough there, gents. Is it alright if we just kind of like meander around over here and stay out of your way until he's over? And pleasure to meet you, Your Honor.
The Kenyas appears to be speaking hushedly with one of his associates about something. And he's continuing to walk down. He pauses for a couple of minutes, about 3/4 of the way across. For 2, maybe 3 minutes, and then he keeps going. You guys have only been here maybe 10 minutes?
For shits and gigs.
And once he crosses the bridge and is out of sight, he has gone, as you were, and the orcs are visibly relaxed.
He had y'all perk it up, didn't he, boys?
The boss is the boss, and the Kenyas is his. So, toll is going to be 2 copper each. So, per person. You have no vehicle, so we do not need to worry about the vehicle toll. And once again, the meaty hand just gets held out from the window. How many? There are 5. That is going to be 10 copper for 1 silver, please. And he flexes his fingers in as though gesturing for you to put the money into his palm.
I got it this time, folks.
Thank you.
All right.
And he'll grab a silver from his pouch
Mhm.
and places it in the meaty hand.
You look through the window. This hand and thick corded arm belong to a very large minotaur who is seated at a comically small desk. He adjusts he holds it up to his eyes over the bridge of his nose. He looks at your silver piece from several different locations. He holds it in between his fingers and he licks it. Is the real silver. He holds up his hand against the window. 5%.
Pleasant
Cool.
day, sir.
And as you cross in front of his office, he folds one of his fingers in.
Pleasant days, sirs. Aki just slow or
Waves his way across.
cautiously walks his way across.
Aki, who's the next person? Or I'm sorry, who goes after Aki?
I will.
Leftman, he sees you cross, and he folds another finger down. Who's next?
I'll cross.
Carmine, you cross and he folds a third finger down. Jinx, Chef, who's going second to last?
Chef is gonna push Jinx a little bit.
Jinx,
Okay,
you
okay, I'm going.
stumble across and he folds the second to last finger down.
Before Chef goes, he's gonna get a scared look on his face, point up the sky and say, "Holy shit, what the fuck is that, man?"
Roll me a deception check.
I am actually, while he's doing that, I'm gonna hear him behind me, and also I'm going to help him do it with this and make it more convincing.
That requires a verbal and somatic components. It is going to be obvious that you are casting a spell.
Ah, shit.
My goal is for them to look and say,
You can help him by using your own deception check.
Yes, I'll do that then.
Okay, roll me deception. All right. So Chef, that is going to add a +2 circumstance bonus to your check, which brings you up to a 14. And they all beat you on the die.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "I'm just fucking with you boys. Have a good day. Stay on it."
The meaty hand sticks out through the window. Fucking with fee is 1 silver.
I will flip him a coin.
Is it a silver?
Yes, that's all I got.
Alright, mark down a silver. And you are looking at a very large minotaur at a comically small desk. He is holding up a mostly clenched fist with his pinky sticking out next to the window, and he is carefully examining the silver piece that you just threw to him.
They need to give you a raise or a bigger office there, feller.
He is only temporary.
Yeah, that's what they said in my last job. Would like to take a look around.
As in 2 days I tear down building and rebuild bigger.
Good on you, son. Get you some.
I am not your son. Please do not call me so.
I would like to take a look around, see if I see anything legitimately now. Just for fun.
Roll me a perception check. You get about 2/3, 3/4 of the way across the bridge. One of the timbers that forms the bridge has some signs of wear and tear and a little bit of damage there at the edge. And you think that this might have been what the Kinyas was pointing out on his inspection earlier.
Then we're going to let that go. It's already been noted.
And yeah, you guys are across.
What time is it?
Maybe an hour until noon.
Okay.
Speaking of, Aki, roll me a d20.
Okay.
All right, roll me 2d6. All right, and uneventfully, once again another uneventful hour.
While we are walking, I was wondering if I could be, because I think I still have a little bit of that wood piece.
Mhm.
I wanted to carve like a little figurine.
Okay. Of
Um,
whom?
I think I want to. I'm gonna message it to you.
Okay. All right. That's going to be. I think that's going to be crafting.
Yeah.
So can you make me a crafting check? You feel like you're making progress.
Okay.
There's a figurine in this wood that wants to come out. Chef, roll me a d20. All right. No, another hour passes. Another whole bunch of nothing happens. Aki, you're carving more and more at this wood, and you're not getting it. So you just carve away and carve away and carve away, twist off the end, and chuck it off of the road. Your piece is now like 3 inches shorter, but it's still got a mini. But it's still got some kind of a. It's still calling to you. It's still speaking to you.
It's getting there.
Mm-hmm. Let me think of. Excuse me. After Chef, it was Jank. Roll me a d20. All right. No, yet another uneventful hour. More walking. More walking. Aki, can you roll me another crafting?
Yeah.
All right, you're starting to get some of the basic forming down. You're starting to feel really good about this. It is beginning to take shape. The rest of you are watching Aki carve as he walks, and there's parts of it that he does really, really well. There are parts of it that he does absolutely terribly. But it's starting to form into some kind of a squat figurine shape. Maybe like a curled up dog or something like similar.
Periodically, he's just kind of like mentally trying or talking to himself about like, oh, this is doing good. This is good. This is good. No. Let's try
Next
this
up
over.
is going to be Lefman. Roll me a d20.
For thing.
All right. Whole bunch of nothing. I show made the ranges on this a lot wider than I did. Carmine, roll me a d20, please. Dang nabbit. We're gonna get the whole way there and you won't even have encountered a single patrol. I feel terrible. Hockey, roll me another crafting check. Alright. You're starting to make more and more progress. You're smoothing out some of the lines. It's becoming very obvious to the other people that this, in fact, is not a curled up dog. It is rather some kind of four-legged amphibian. Hey, Witchy, does this mean that you want to look at me?
Huh? Oh.
And Carmine's frog leaps out of her arms and lands on her shoulder with a kind of a splat.
That is helpful. Thank you. And
Imagine, don't fucking drop me.
he's just gonna take his thumb that has the knife in his hand and he's just kind of like measuring out like shapes and stuff as he's carving in the wood.
Mm-hmm. However, after Carmine was Aki, so Aki, roll me a d20, will ya?
Huh?
Oh.
How we doing on time?
It's mid-afternoon.
Okay.
You guys paused for lunch a while back, but you can keep going. You will probably be able to make it to town tonight, unless there's some kind of an ambush. Speaking of, Chef, roll me a perception check. You don't see anything. Roll me a d20. Alright.
While we're walking, Chef is going to pull Jinx to the side.
Okay.
Hang back a little bit, let everybody else go forward. Hey there, Shiny. We're running a little low on funds. We need to figure something out when we get to big city over here.
Okay, you want me to look for Shiny?
We'll talk about that when we get to town.
Okay. Right, good.
Just throwing out there that you guys are in fact getting paid at the end of this. You just need to find Caniscordio. All right. just wanted to make sure you guys remembered that. But speaking of remembering things, Jinx, can you roll me a d20 real quick? Can you roll me 2d6? Alright. Yeah, nothing happens. And you guys arrive at the outskirts of the city. Now, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that I have most of the city pretty well prepped. The bad news is that I don't have a map ready to go, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah. Canis Gordio is somewhere in this city. It is evening, and perhaps it is worth finding yourselves a bed for the night.
Is there anything on like a guard tower or anything on the outskirts of this town?
There is a I hesitate to call it like a full wall, but it's more than like a split rail fence. But there's like clearly a perimeter of this is our territory, and we do not appreciate wild animals coming here. That's maybe chest high to an orc, which is about eye high to you, going most of the way around.
Okay.
On the far side, you see a large tower that you suspect marks the bridge.
Should we ask the guards for direction or just wing it?
Chef's gonna walk up to one of... Are there guards?
Yeah.
Gonna walk up to a guard. Hey man, I'm powerful thirsty. You know where a feller might find a drink?
Any number of places. Welcome to Vierheniatska. Unfortunately, gate closes at sundown, so come in. And he waves the 5 of you in. The rules are pretty basic. Don't cause any trouble, or else trouble will be caused upon you. And he looks each of the 5 of you in the way, except for Levin. Keep the beastmen on leash. They eat people around here, and we do not appreciate that. And if any Minotaur comes up and asks you for anything, it is much easier to just do it. Okay?
Fair enough. Ears, you got Furman.
Hey, I only eat them if they give me troubles.
You are trouble.
This is true.
We do not take kindly to trouble, and we do not take kindly to people being eaten.
No.
This is respectable.
Unlike you.
Also true.
Can you fellers point me to a watering hole?
There are several inns down by Harbor, or what used to be Harbor before the fucking Empire tried to seal us off. Just be careful about the anything marked S13 or Cargonia. The unions are getting the warehouse unions are getting what is word separationist.
Thank you, gents.
Take care. And remember, keep a rat on leash.
I'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on him, and he grabs him by his ear again.
Ow! You don't gotta pull so hard.
Well, if you wouldn't wander off, then maybe I wouldn't need to. Until we
What's-
find a leash. This is the best I have.
The moment you put a
You
leash
guys
on me
have
is the
rope.
moment you're dead.
Several of you guys have rope.
Yeah, but I want to get like one of those like you see at Disney, the backpack that it's like a monkey's tail.
Get him a
Leash.
bedazzled collar.
Yeah. Not a collar, but he has like a harness on where it makes him think like he has free reign.
You talking about
But
the white
there's a-
people baby leash?
Yes.
The little toddler leash.
The toddler leash, yes.
You
Make
have
it
rope. You
sparkle.
can just tie it
I
together and
I
make
guess we could.
one.
But then that would mean that I'm attached to this thing.
No, it just means that you're holding onto
Wow.
the rope.
And you're welcome.
Aki Aki takes the rope from his
I mean,
pack
hell, you
out.
don't want me attached to him. I mean, he's gonna run off and I'm gonna go flying after him.
Like a kite.
Leftman is gonna put up a fight. No! Don't you dare! I'm not into this.
Settle
I
down,
tried it
friend.
before,
just
I didn't
gonna-
like it.
This is
Aki's
happening.
just
Furry
gonna-
bondage.
Aki's just gonna scrunch like right underneath where his neck is, like he's a puppy.
Joke's on you, this doesn't work.
Fur man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind
I'm
you
into this
of the
one.
point where Boy in Pink Shoes wanted to play a spider person who tied people up.
Fur man. This is happening. Just deal with it.
Does not need to happen. Just make sure he does not eat people.
If I give you my word, can I be off leash?
That is up to your caretakers. Your
If I
word
give
means
you
nothing to
A
me.
silver.
You could give me a silver, and then you could be off leash.
I'm not giving you a silver. You just tried tying me up.
Well, I guess the leash it is then.
No!
And he tightens it even tighter.
No. Because you were trying to tie him up against his will, that is going to be
I'm actually going to have an idea. I have. Okay.
Alright, so what you are going to need to do is you are going to need to initiate a grapple. And once you have him grappled, you are going to need to roll a it's going to be a different skill to tie him up.
Okay. Is it possible? I'm gonna pull a. I'm going to cast this spell first. And I'm gonna pull like a snack of some sort, but make it into cheese.
Okay.
And I'm going to show it to him, and I say, all right, if you're good, I'll make sure that you can have all of this to yourself.
I am going to ask you guys a question. How far away from each other are you?
I feel like if they're trying to grapple me, I'm definitely within 15 feet.
Okay. All right. So you create a diversion. You roll. You take 2 actions. You cast the spell. You create a diversion with the illusion. You get a plus. You roll me deception +2.
Deception +2?
Deception, and then you add 2. All right, so that's going to be a 15.
15?
Sorry, now I need to find how perception works properly. Because perception isn't with the rest of skills, because it's different and it does a lot of shit. Welcome to Pathfinder.
Because it says I'm able to amp it up too.
Yes. But that provides like flanking.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to figure out how to all right. Leftman,
Yes.
what is your perception modifier?
3.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately,
Modifier?
yeah.
It's the little thing under mod, right?
Let me just open
Or
up
is it that
Leftman
bigger
real
one?
quick. You are proficient in it, so you have +3. Your wisdom
Okay.
is +0, so yeah.
I am reading it right. So it's a 3.
Yes. All right. I got some bad news for you.
Son of a bitch.
And it would have succeeded regardless, but the bonus helps. Are you amping this spell?
No, I'm not gonna amp it.
Okay.
Oh wait,
All right.
the illusion is square flanking for single. Would this also be for grappling?
So the create a diversion grants you the hidden condition against against the target if he because your deception check beat his perception DC. This lasts until the end of your turn or until you do anything except step or use the hide or the sneak action of the stealth skill. If you strike, it remains flat-footed. Then you are observed. If you do anything else, you become observed just before you act unless the GM determines otherwise. I am determining otherwise. You can attempt to grapple him
Okay,
with your third action.
then yes, I will amp it. Then.
Okay. All right. Are you then going to attempt to grapple Leftman?
Absolutely.
Leftman, what is your fortitude modifier?
That's a great question. A 7. E7?
Okay.
E7.
E means expert, which means that you are adding your level +4 to your constitution modifier. Aki, because you have you said that you weren't going to amp it, correct?
I am amping it.
You
yes.
are amping it. Okay. So he is going to have -2 to the DC that you need to beat in order to do this, but you still need to roll me an athletics check.
Athletics? Okie dokie.
Yep.
$18.
All right, Leftman.
Yes.
Leftman, you have been betrayed. You have been stabbed in the back. You have been led astray. You have had a number of terrible and horrible things happen to you. You thought that he threw some cheese on the ground, and you went to pick it up, and when you came and as you were reaching down for it, not only was just a handful of nuts, but also you have now been grabbed. So you can take the escape action.
I sure will.
All right. All right, so you are flat-footed and immobilized. Excuse me, well, once again, because somebody decided that it was a good idea to start a fucking grapple, and it's as if that he has no clue what the fuck where nobody around here has any idea what the fuck they're doing. Okay, that is under basic action on page 470.
Can I help Aki?
Don't
We
touch
are
me there.
going to have Leftman attempt to escape.
Stop.
Because I think it's more interesting.
Okay.
All right, Aki.
Yes.
What is 10 plus your athletics modifier?
I have a 0, so it's 10.
All right, Leftman.
Yeah.
You roll unarmed attack. No, I'm sorry. That is against the DC of the person affecting you. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you going
up?
to attack Aki?
I'm only trying to escape, so no.
All right. In that case, I need you to roll me acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics or athletics? Let's go with
Whichever is better.
Son of a bitch. It
All right,
almost
that's a
landed on the
fail.
22. Hello?
Regardless, it is a fail, most unfortunately. Unfortunately, you remain grappled, and it seems that your party is conspiring against you.
Can I keep struggling?
Actually, yeah, an escape action is only one action, and you have 3.
Oh,
So you
sweet.
can
Let's
try
use
again.
all of them.
However, this because escaping has the attack trait, this one is going to have a rather significant penalty.
Do I get to know that penalty? Or do I get to find out that penalty?
-5.
Okay, okay.
You have to beat a 10 with a -5.
Ouch. Let's go. Damn.
Not gonna do it.
Chef is gonna look at Carmine, then Sibby. There's some funny shit, yo.
Yeah, I know, right? This is hilarious.
Stop it!
All right.
I said don't touch me there!
So, the way that the multiple attack penalty works is your first attack is made without any problems. The second one has a -5, and the third one has a -10. And I was going to tell you that before you rolled your third athletics check. Because that may have changed the math in your head.
Well, the math would have been bad anyways. I'm not good at either one of them.
It would have been.
I'm just impressed. Aki has managed this still.
I'm a little impressed as well. And so unfortunately, Leftman, you are in fact still grabbed.
Now you rope him by his feet in one hand and you hold your arm up and yell time.
Aki, are you trying to tie him up on your own? Is anybody coming to help Aki?
I'm watching this shit and laughing.
I'm gonna
I'm
help.
watching and laughing.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Alright.
what was that, Carmi?
I'm gonna help him.
Okay. You can either help him maintain control of the grapple, or you can attempt to tie up Leftman.
What is the roll for
So-
tying?
It's
First
going
of
to be thievery.
thievery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is gonna be horrible, but I wanted Carmine to try and go to help, and then Sebi's like, no. But then she's
Okay.
gonna do it anyways, and Carmine's gonna think big brain and not help grapple, but she
Okay.
wants to get him to calm the fuck down.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, she's gonna straight up walk up and try to daze him.
All
I could
right.
do that too. Hold on. What if we both dazed him at the same time? Like a mental taser.
My brain's about to get more zapped than it
Leftman, roll
already
me
is.
a will save.
I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is.
It should be
I'm a
near
little blind.
fortitude. You're fine.
He
You're fine.
saved for once.
All right. I'm just going to try to. Okay. So on a success, you take half damage. Half of one rounds up to 1. So you take 1 point of mental damage. And you are not stunned.
I could do something worse, but I don't know.
That took
I'm
2
not
actions.
looking. La la la.
Carby, that took 2 actions. You have 1 action left.
But I'm gonna do Hex Evil Eye, except it's gonna be Sebi doing it. He's gonna walk up and just fucking stare at him.
All right. You are going to.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right. Leftman, I need you to roll me another will saving throw.
Alright, let's see if he sees
Roger.
some shit in his eyes.
All right.
Oh.
That is
What
a
does he
critical
see?
failure.
What is he gonna see?
So you take. You're supposed to take double damage, but it doesn't actually do damage. Leftman, you are sickened 2. And you immediately double over and start throwing up. But not before you first vomit all over Aki.
Again?
Leftman, your eyes
Let it
bug
break the
out,
grapple.
your cheek bit, your stomach like wrenches and wrenches up, and you just explode vomit all over Aki.
Why?
Carmine, Seppi turns to you from your shoulder. My work here is done.
Good job, Sebi. Good job.
You're down right, it was a good job.
As he's barreled over, I'm just gonna quickly tie him up.
All right.
Good gods, that was some funny shit right there, I'll tell you what. I don't know about y'all, but I could use a beer.
I'll.
Okay.
I could use some hard liquor as well.
You could. One of the guards pipes up. You could use a bath.
That too.
Chef is going to yell ha and start pointing at Aki.
Like you're screaming as though in fear.
Just like ha!
Ah, you are laughing at him.
Yes. And
Okay.
find a tavern.
Okay.
Uh, Aki would like to find a tavern that has a bathhouse, maybe, or just
I'm sorry,
a bath.
Jinx. I'm going to be going through your character sheet and building something on here.
I was going to help out with the scenario, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, so.
It is A-okay. It is going to be based on your dexterity modifier. Okay. Normal will save.
Question is, what the fuck did the rat see?
The worst cheese in the world.
I apologize. What exactly happens? Resentment manifests in a baleful, envious glare. As near as you guys can tell, Debbie just glared at him really hard.
And it just made him barrel over sick.
Uh-huh. As for what he saw, I'm not going to tell you. That is for him.
Secrets.
That is up to him. And I'm sorry, Jinx has a halfling ability that I'm building out as a spell for her.
Big glad it's not working yet, Leftman. Big glad.
There we go.
Leftman is in no condition to talk right now.
And it's that much. Okay. And Leftman, it takes you about 10 seconds of solid throwing up. Before you start to feel like yourself again. And it is only once you do so that you realize that you have been tied up so that your hands are like tied into your elbows with your arms crossed, and you are effectively on a harness at the end of a leaf. Like a
Yes.
fucking animal. This is what the people around you think of you, Leftman. This is why you started to make bombs. This is why you decided that the world had to burn. And yeah, you guys find an inn for the night. Excuse me for a moment.
Does Leftman drink?
That is up to Leftman.
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to buy an ale for you. And before we go in, I'm going to whisper to Jinx. You remember what we talked about, Rat?
Got it.
You find a tavern called the Full Turnip. It's a tavern. There's an inn up top. Advertised is free bath with room for night. And some of you think that that's a pretty good idea.
So, Chef's gonna plan at the bar with Leftman beside him.
All right. Well, hello there. How can I help you?
How much for 3 ales?
He looks at you. I'm sorry, the tavern keep looks at you, looks down. Hey. 3 copper?
Alright, 6 ales it is.
All right.
And I'm gonna throw him a silver.
Comes out with 6 mugs of ale.
Chef is gonna put 1 in front of Leftman and then immediately kill 2.
Now, is Leftman's hands tied behind his back or in front of him?
In front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, in that case,
But
yes.
everything is always slightly out of reach.
I'll pick up his beer and hold it out to him.
But at least somebody seems to care about how I feel. As he starts slamming it.
Gonna slam the 3rd beer.
I'm looking around. Do I see anything shiny that may be interesting to me?
Can you roll me a perception check? There's one dude who's just completely passed out in the corner.
Hey guys, I think I see a table over there. I'm gonna find a table that's near that area.
All right. Yeah, the next booth over was open.
Aki is going to ask the owner, do you know where, if this establishment has a bath, somewhere I can change?
There's a free bath with a room, ears. So get us a room.
Then I will like to purchase, how many beds per room, if you wouldn't mind?
2 beds per room. 3 silver per room. You have to pay for a bath somehow.
I'll do 3 rooms then.
All right. That's the man. That'll be 9 silver.
All right. I'll give her, because it's 10 silver per gold.
Yep.
I'll give her a single gold piece.
She puts that down her dress. Supper and breakfast also included. But
If you-
not drink.
No worries. I'm happy to pay for drinks. Now, the location of that bath?
She points you through a door. Bed is on the right side. Toilet's on left.
Thank you. Aki is going to untie himself, hand it over to Chef, and say, if everyone will excuse me. And he just leaves to the bath.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, Chef, you can pull out the list if you want to check it out.
Chef is going to drink the 4th beer
Okay.
and pass one over to Leftman.
All right.
And I would assume 4 beers in a couple of minutes. He's feeling pretty good.
All right.
He's going to pull the list out.
Mm-hmm.
Unfolds the list, looking at it.
The list has not changed. And nothing is glowing.
Oh, fuck me. You big dumb bitch. What did you do? As the memory of what the list is slowly comes back to him. 6 more beers, please.
Is going to be another.
I'm gonna put a silver down.
Is going to be another done. All right. They'll be out with dinner. With super.
So we have a table, yes.
You guys have a booth. You guys have rooms for the evening. You guys have a meal. You guys have drink. And Chef has a list.
So once Aki comes back down for dinner, Chef is going to explain the magnitude of his dumbassery
All right.
in accepting this bet. And tell everyone what the bet is, now that he remembers. So, you know I'm gonna need your all's help with this, right?
What's up?
Go on.
You can't just say I explained the bet to them. You have to actually explain the bet to them, Chef.
Ah, god damn it. So he pulls
I'm
the
not
list
going
out.
to exposit your backstory for you.
He pulls the list out and he points to each of the items on the list. So apparently, after I punched that fat sack of shit that used to be my boss in the face, my big dumb ass decided to go tie one on.
Okay.
And I don't remember what this asshole looked like. I really don't. But he made me a deal. Because I was talking about how I was going to build my own castle with blackjack and hookers. And he presented me with this here list. And he said, if I were to find everything on this here list, that not only would I be able to build a castle, but I'd be able to kick that fat sumbitch out of his castle and take it from him. And apparently my big stupid ass took that bet, and that's how I ended up on the boat with y'all. So I need your all's help finding the things on this list. You will be moderately rewarded if you choose to help.
Chef, can you roll me a will save real quick?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. Up. Sorry, I'm still... There we go. Oh.
All right. Okay, thank you.
While he's talking, I am going to slip into the booth next to me.
Okay. The one with the
And
sleeping guy?
yeah, and
Okay.
I'm going to tap him on the shoulder and be like, dude, are you okay? Honey, are you okay? Are you alright?
Just 5
And I'm
more
gonna see if there's
minutes, Mom.
anything. I'm gonna see if
I
there's
don't want to
anything worth
go I
stealing.
don't want to go to school today. I want to stay asleep.
Oh, honey, I know you want to sleep. You really got to get up, though. It's not safe for you to sleep here. And I'm gonna try and rob him.
Okay. Roll me thievery, please. Okay. All right. Yeah, you take his purse.
I smooch him on
It
top
was
of the
like on
head and
the
like,
inside of his belt, and he never even noticed. Nor did anyone around you, which is really what I was rolling for.
I smooch him on top of the head and go, okay, honey, it's okay. 5 more minutes. You go back to sleep. And I go back
Thanks,
over.
Mom.
And I scoot in next to Schiff and I just kind of hand that over to him. He's like, you were asking. Here you go.
All right.
Thank you, Shani.
Aki is just gonna take a peek at the list that Chef has presented as he's kind of like taking sips out of his mug and stuff like that and drying his hair still.
All right. In the guy's purse is 10 gold pieces, 7 silver pieces,
Ooh.
and 31 copper.
Outstanding.
That may or may not come up later.
10 gold pieces.
10 gold, 7 silver, 31 copper.
All right.
So Aki, you were checking the list?
Yeah.
The contents of the list are in the chef's list handouts. One of them has been crossed. One of them has been very clearly crossed out, and in the same hand is the one underneath of it. What are you thinking as you look through this list, Aki?
Sorry, I was on mute. Aki just kind of looks down at it and chuckles at some of the items on here. And he just kind of looks back at Chef and says, well, I mean, guess there's worse things to try and collect?
There is also significantly better things that I could be doing. But
You're
no,
not wrong there, bud.
My dumbass. What the hell is the worth of a word? I mean, for God's sakes. And am I really gonna have to castrate a T-Rex? I mean, I should have picked up that fucking rock. Fucking rock that Jinx found. That'd have probably been on the list. It's bullshit. And what is even the Clockwork Castle? I ain't never heard of that shit before.
A lot of it does sound like it's from
From a group
fairy
of
tales
assholes
or
sitting around a
tales.
table.
As far as the worth of a word, it could depend on the person themselves. Maybe you should start thinking like the person who wrote this for you and what a word is worth to them.
I've heard tale that a painting is worth 1,000 words. Hey there, little lady. Might you be able to help a bitter old man out with that?
That's a good idea. Miss Carmine, are
I'll
you
say-
able to paint something?
She's gonna add in, it depends on the painting.
As long as it's not a clown, I'm good.
There, as the 4 of you watch, because I think the Jinx is going to get into more trouble soon. Actually, no, as the 5 of you watch, way down at the bottom of the list, in the same hand appears additional words. Everything is somewhere on the island, Mr. Chef. Stick with these 4.
Oh, fuck me.
And as you continue to watch, another item is added to the list.
So apparently,
Hello, motherfucker.
Sorry, I
they're
Discord.
gentlefolk. So apparently, they're gentlefolk. We are being, what's the word I'm looking for here? Surveilled at this time.
I mean, we are on
You know,
new land and we are foreigners, so I'm not surprised.
and of course they would add that shit after we done tied up Furman over here. You want another beer, buddy?
You don't even have to ask me. Hand it my way.
Chef will pass him one of the... Oh, nope, there are no more. I'll have to go get another round.
Yeah, especially because you guys keep overpaying for everything.
I got it this round.
No,
Can we get...
I got it, buddy. I got it. Chef's gonna walk up and put down a gold piece and say, keep them coming.
Say no more. Say no more. I forgot to do the bad Russian accent. Sorry about that. And yeah. Every time one of the 5 of you has an empty cup, you are immediately getting it refilled for the rest of the night.
Can I survey the list and just kind of see what kind of like property, like magical properties are on the paper itself to see if maybe there's some clues behind it?
Do you have some kind of detect magic spell?
I don't, but is it possible to
You can just roll occultism then.
That's what I was gonna just say. Unless Carmine would like to use her spell.
Yeah, I can if you want me to.
I'm
Alright.
just
Yeah, this list is definitely magic as fuck.
Gee, who'd have thought?
And because this only tells you this is or is not magic. It's a 30-foot emanation, so you pick up on everything within 30 feet. There's also something back in the bathrooms that's for sanitation.
Oh, how cool. Sanitation spell. I'm gonna see if I can kind of decipher any possible riddles on the list. Or
Yeah,
if
like
see if anything kind of just sticks out in particular.
so. I want you to tell me what you're trying to do. Are you trying to figure out what this list is and how it works? Or are you trying to figure out what some of the more esoteric answers are, or the answers
Yeah.
to some of the more esoteric responses? Or are you trying to figure out how they are using this thing to watch you?
Let's start with the esoteric
Okay.
answers.
That's going to be. Let me take a look at the skills real quick, and I'm going to use hockey. Yeah, this is going to be occultism.
Okay.
Roll good.
Can I
He
help
didn't.
him?
I did not roll well at all.
That was terrible. It's not that I'm mad. I'm just disappointed in you, Aki.
I'm just saying you jinxed it by saying to roll good. So you only have
I
yourself
think
to
that
blame.
might be our first nat one of the campaign.
Yeah, because the very first one was
Congratulations,
before
folks.
we even.
Congratulations, folks. Yeah. So on a definite critical failure. You're going through some of these, and you're like, the leaky Kenyas. I don't know what that even is. A rock, that's easy. T-Rex's balls, that's easy. Right hand noble, that we've petrified. So we find a noble, we petrify, and we cut off his hand. Easy enough. Vial of mucus from a lich. I'm not sure what a lich is. Stars don't have blood. That's obvious. The worth of a word. Words themselves don't have worth. It's what you do with them that has worth. How do you make a bear out of water? That makes no sense. Yeah, you have absolutely nothing. Carmen, if you would like to try to roll occultism, you are also welcome to do so. But
Yeah, it's
once
just
again, are you trying to figure out what this thing is, how it is tracking you, or what one of the more esoteric options is?
I'll do what the options are, because honestly, she could care
Okay.
less if they're getting tracked or not.
But you're not at all interested in what this thing is and how it works? Okay. All right. 24. Which option are you interested in?
Um, can I ask Chef?
Mm-hmm.
Chef, which one do you want me to try and figure out?
Chef at this point probably being fairly hammered.
Yep.
Surprise me, little lady.
How many options are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
A
7,
lot.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll just roll a d20.
I know what
All right.
balls are, so we don't need to worry about that. We're
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blood of a star.
All right. Carmine, do you remember that plague that I mentioned that turns people's blood into rocks?
Yep.
You've heard about that plague. And before it turns people to stone from the inside out, it drives them crazy as shit. And they keep mumbling about the stars raining blood.
Oh.
And you think that those might be connected somehow.
Well, sounds like we're gonna have to deal with this crystallization business after all.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry about that, Chef.
I'm just going to take notes on the list. That doesn't, if it's in parentheses, it doesn't actually appear. It's just
Appreciate that.
information that is probably going to be helpful or make things easier for you.
Are we able to write on the list ourselves?
You could definitely try.
Aki's gonna write.
What do you try to write?
Unplugged my headset. Aki's gonna write next to the blood.
Aki is going
blood
to
of...
try to write that he unplugged his headset. Okay.
Yes.
It does not work.
Okay.
Roll occultism for me again, Aki. And Carmine. So this was a collective check. And with a combined 39, congratulations, you guys have a success. This is an extra planar contract. Whatever he made this deal with
God damn it,
is
Chef.
from not here. Commonly used by devils and demons.
Chef.
They can also be used by other things.
Well,
Chef.
looks like you made a deal with
Quite literally the devil.
or something that's not from here. Interesting company you keep around, Chef.
Yep.
Seriously.
Well, honestly, I mean, look at the four of you. If you aren't interesting, I don't know who is. Anywho, would you prefer chicken or beef?
How you cooking the chicken? How you cooking the beef?
Too bad you get salt pork.
I'll stick with chicken here.
All right.
I'll drink my dinner, thank you very much.
That is a terrible idea.
I'll cook something in the
Have the
room.
pork.
He's picky. Being a fancy chef and all.
Just asking if you're making sauce or if you're grilling the meat or what you're doing, and you're being a dick about it.
The waiter stands up. Ah! Voice from the back. Yes? Somebody wants to talk professional with you. I'll be right out. My pa is the cook. He'll be right out.
Thank you.
he feeds everybody and he gets out of the way as a blocky looking gnome walks out with his feet about 2 feet apart. Hello, I heard someone was critiquing my cooking.
I'm just asking how you cooking the beef, how you cooking the chicken, because that's how decisions made.
So the chicken gets brined and then roasted over the fire, will continually basted. Courtesy of some of my gaggle of children who need to get back to work. And then the beef. The beef is a little more complicated because we do it by the side. And needless to say, you are probably looking at me and going, Vladimir, you do not have big enough kitchen to do beef by the side, and that is why we do it in the pit out back.
Beef it is, then.
And if you are interested in pork, the salt pork gets boiled to remove most of its salt, and that becomes the soup base.
Beef it is.
I concur.
Dead cow and
Man
fire,
after own
and you
heart.
got a man.
For sure, for sure.
And what comes on the sides of these dishes?
Various vegetables from out in garden, and breads that we and local breads,
Sounds lovely.
and none of that fucking sawdust filler.
I'll take the chicken still.
Chef, it's pretty good. You could
But
probably do better, but it's pretty good.
before you go there, feller, is there a place where I can buy some supplies for the road of a slightly lesser caliber than this, but not this garbage I have in my pack?
A number of places that you will be able to pick up ingredients that will keep.
Thank you kindly.
However, if you are interested in like transporting large amounts, I would suggest looking into some kind of pack animal or wagon of some variety. Especially if you are feeding. And I would like to point out that like the table is level with like the bottom of his eyes, so he's like reaching up and just kind of pointing around to you guys up over his head.
Thank you, Chef.
Of course. Never let it be said that Vladimir keeps a bad kitchen.
I understand, my friend.
Of course you do. Oh, by the way, what is your name?
People call me Chef.
People call me Chef too. Do you have an actual name?
I do, but it's gonna cost you.
What is it going to cost me?
1,000 gold.
Chef Charlatan, then. I like you.
Thank you, Chef.
Of course. And he goes back to manning his barbecue pit. All right. Would anybody else like to Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to do before we wrap up?
Have I finished the little figurine?
Nah, you were a little distracted by getting vomited on and then washing yourself up.
I'm gonna try and finish that now.
Roll me crafting, please. All right, you make some more progress, but you're not done yet.
All right, folks. Well, I think this tater's gonna hit the sack.
Don't forget your roommate as he hands the rope over to you.
Hey, buddy, do me a favor. Let me loose.
Come on, Fairman, let's go sleep. We get in the room. Chef will release Leftman and make it well known that there will be punishment if he fucks this for us.
That's why I didn't gnaw myself out of these restraints.
Much
I might
obliged.
be dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
I thought it was just the
Charming
beer
and Jinx,
occupying you.
presuming that you share a room and Aki gets one to himself.
It's fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Then we go back to the scene between Leftman and Chef.
Get some sleep, Fairman.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
You need
All right.
anything? You good? Pillar, snack?
You gave me beer. I'll give you peace and quiet.
Thank you kindly.
And that doesn't come often for me. Leftman is just gonna find a area in the room to sleep.
I mean, there are 2 beds.
Oh, sick. There's 2 beds. Leftman is gonna sleep on the bed.
Mm-hmm. There's 2
Okay.
beds in each of the rooms.
Okay.
Once Leftman is down, Bob's gonna go take a bath and go to sleep.
Okay.
Clean up.
All right. Charming, Jinx, would you guys like to have a moment with each other?
I'm gonna go
Apparently
take a
not.
bath and go to bed.
All right. You know, Diogenes, we
Hmm.
could just tell these people to fuck off and run. Just saying.
That is true. But I feel like I need some socializing in my life that isn't just you.
What, am I not good enough for you all of a sudden? You got a problem talking to a frog?
No, I never have. Or else I wouldn't be talking to you. I'm just more worried about other things and how possibly maybe our solutions can be answered with, well, why exactly you, as a frog, is affected by our lovely friend.
What are you worried about, Kami?
Well, what if we slip up one day and do something wrong? And then, lo and behold, we're gone, just like that, from existence. Then I won't have any more paintings to paint.
Speaking of, you got any pigment for me real quick? I gotta make a point.
I have some piss poor yellow.
It'll fucking do.
Alright, go ahead, I guess.
You set out the pigment for him, and he takes one of his long rear legs, and he makes a giant, and he makes like a full 2 foot across circle on the floorboards. So, this is all of reality. And the trick about all of reality is that it's split up into a bunch of little realms. And he makes smaller circles within that larger circle. Some of them stick out a little bit, some of them are more contained. But right here at the middle, he makes another circle that's pretty much just big enough for him. Can you get me a bucket real quick?
Sure.
Sweet. I need to wash my foot off.
Okay.
You get a bucket of water, he hops into it, he washes himself off, and then he hops out. So, claps his two front legs together, boom, and the paint dries immediately. So, here at what I'm going to call the center of the multiverse, this is where we are. This is the mortal realm. And then, as you travel around the exterior, there's the realms of elemental chaos. We're not going to worry about them because, frankly, I think that it's not what you're worried about right now. We're going to talk about these things, the outside realms. These are they help to define reality, but they do so in a metaphysical sense. This is where you find things like the plane of pure good and the plane of pure evil, the plane of pure law and the plane of pure chaos. This is where all of those wonderful fucked up ideas mix and come together and make up the psyche and the souls the the various thinking races. Which always seemed fucking like a fucked up little title to me, but what do I know? I'm just a fucking frog. Point is that that buddy of yours, what's his name, Cook? He made a contract, an extra plan on one at that, which means that normally he made a contract and he gestures at the outer row of circles with something from out here. There's only one problem. These beings, the ones that would make a contract like that anyhow, they're bound by rule. They're bound by... They are beings that are inherently made of the concept of law, being lawful. They're axiomatic. Once they have a contract, they stick to it. The problem is that he fulfilled one of the terms of his contract, and they gave him something else. So either he's in way over his head, or he didn't make a contract with one of these things. He points outside of the circle. He made a contract with something from out here. And on that
Right.
cheery note, we're going to close for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I look forward to playing with you guys again next week. Thank you very much to chat for coming on out. Pathfinder's a lot of fun, y'all. And if you don't have a group, find your buddies and tell them that you want to start playing TTRPGs, because that's how I got this group going. And folks just pop out of the woodwork and say, oh, hey, I want to try that. That sounds like fun.
And we will have the link in the description to the Archives of Nethys, where we got a majority of our information from.
One of the things that Pathfinder is very gracious, that Paizo, the publishers of Pathfinder, are very gracious about, is publishing all of their material under not only the Open Gaming license, but also their own... I don't remember what the acronym stands for, but it is their ORC license. And so all of their material is available for free at aonprd.com.
Again, thank you all so much for coming out. We love you. There's nothing you can do about it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.